start with Sam. So I just before starting, let's make it simple for you guys. So I'll be posting a link in the chat box. Even if you are on your phone, you're using your phone or anything, just copy that link, like open that link. Okay. So I guess my screen is visible to you. Guys, keep on answering so that whenever I ask, so that, to keep it a bit interactive. So I guess my screen is visible to you guys. So here you just have to, like, even if you are using your phone or laptop, just go to this link which I have copied in the chat box. Okay, and just this, make sure this web and app activity is turned on. In like, this is because like Chrome toggles like what you are doing. Like, it's just, it is like, if you are already using Chrome, so it might already be active, but if you are new to Chrome, just have a look at this. Okay, and another thing is that this part include Chrome history and activity from sites, apps, and devices that use Google services. This should be ticked. Okay, you should have selected this. Include audio recording is not necessary. So I guess you guys have done it. Yes or no? Maybe in the chat also. Has
Yes.
everyone done this? So we'll move to the next. Yes, so let's move to the next step. Great, great, great. Thanks, guys. So next is, this is the battlefield, guys, where the battle will be fought. Okay, I'm copying the link in the chat box. This is the link, guys. Open this link. Like, you can open this link. This page is called, like, we wrote it in the write-up also. I'll explain it to you. So we are going to build, like, Google Assistant consists of many actions within it. Okay. So even if you are saying, okay, Google, tell me what's today's news, or everything, whichever keyword you are using, that's a different action, and that is invoked by a different thing. Leaving that, I'll tell you that later. Like, all of that is decided. Okay. So you just have to open this link. Okay, and we'll start with a new project here. Here you can see it says welcome to actions on Google. We can build many things here, even games for like the Google Assistant. So when you'll click on documentation, they have the documentation, which is pretty nice because Google Assistant is a new tech. So the documentation is pretty nice. Sample code is like the sample references, support and API references for like the greater projects you built. So let's make a new project. So you can, like, it's suggesting the names as first one on my first project. Let's keep um, Sam Assistant. Okay, here you can keep any name. You can even change that name later. That it doesn't matter here. You can keep any name. This is not the name of your assistant. Okay, so this page opens, Sam Assistant getting started. So what are the actions do you want to build? I told now that assistant is built of many actions, and these are just some sample which they have given. Okay, so either storytelling, that hey Google, tell me a story. Smart home. Smart home is like IoT. You might know, you might not. That's different. Like, it's connecting, like, okay Google, turn on my Wi-Fi and all that stuff. So that comes under smart home. Food ordering, games, like, okay Google, let's play game or something like that. We'll go with custom. Okay, so you guys click on custom. Okay, I just wanted to mention before we start actually building, that if you are guys having any doubt, just stop me there and there itself and ask it to me. Like, even if you missed any step, just tell me, I'll repeat that step. Okay, so the question is, how do you want to build it? So these are the sample projects which are given. Okay, so you need these sample projects. For example, you are building a big project, then you won't build small parts. So these are the sample projects which you can include in your big project. Like you can include this conversation components, which is pretty nice. It's a sample project also, you can see them for learning purpose, but we are here to build our own. So let's start with a blank project, and we'll click on start building. Ready to go. Okay, this will take some time because it's like it set up the Firebase and everything, but that's fine. Okay, guys. So any doubt, anything, put it in the chat box or just pause me. So what I mentioned was the battle zone. No, this is where the fight will be fought. Okay, so this is where we'll start. So I'll just nothing to be scared about, guys. I'll just explain you the entire screen, and then you'll be like that. It's pretty easy. So I'll start with that. Okay. So here you see first tab in the topmost the column. No. So the first thing is overview. So overview is nothing, like they'll tell you about what do you have to do next, but that is what I'm here for. So we need not go to overview. Develop is where we'll build our assistant. See here, even we can select the voice, and here we'll keep the name. So the name we have decided is Sam, and like I told no that it consists of many actions. So the actions we'll be doing here is like a fortune telling game or something like that. Your assistant, when you'll answer a few questions, your assistant will tell you your fortune. So you just have to enter. I'll enter Sam's fortune and just click on enter, or just click on save. You can even select, okay, so I'm doing it in English. You can keep your assistant's voice in whichever language you want. You can keep your assistant in whichever language, but some languages are not yet available. So you have to even give the audio output. Like here it's written, click here to listen the pronunciation of the name, and then modify the pronunciation. Maybe if you keep it in Hindi or something, so you have to modify it according to if it doesn't fix it, right? Okay. So develop, this is where we'll be building this. I'll explain you everything present here in the left side. Then we'll go to test. Test is like when you'll build your assistant, no. So you can in test you can actually test it that whether it is working right, everything is right. Okay, so you can do that in test because which I think is pretty cool because like before sending it to the world or before sending it to alpha and beta testers and everything, it's good if we are testing it our app, and like throughout the session I'll be testing it 5 to 6 times. So I'll keep on checking my chat box also whenever I finish a test. Okay, and deploy is when our app is ready, you can deploy. Analytics is how it is working. So let's start with, I've kept the name voice female is okay, I think. Rest you don't need not do anything. We'll come to main invocation. So okay, here a main invocation is like, okay, I'll give you an example. I'll close this. I'll give you an example. So what happens is um, whenever you click on OK Google, okay, whenever you say OK Google, so what happens is it is called the main invocation. The OK Google term is the main invocation, or you use Hey Google, that is the main invocation. Why I'm saying this? Okay, so what happens is whenever your assistant will hear this voice, no, that OK Google, Hey Google, so it will invoke an action which will be the first action. So you see here this is saying the main invocation, talk to Sam fortune. So whenever I'll say talk to Sam's fortune, it will invoke an action, and that is going to be our first action, and it will go here. Okay, so it's pretty simple, I guess. And whenever you like, guys, understanding the logic is more important here. So main invocation, like in tech terms, is an entry point for users to start a conversation for your action. Okay, so whenever you are saying a phrase similar to like, "Hey Google, talk to Sam's Fortune" or something, so the main invocation triggers and responds to the user. So this action, Sam's Fortune, will start working. Then comes scenes. Okay, so scenes, like you always like you guys see in movies, no, that we have two different scenes in movies. Like in one scene, Thanos is present, like Thanos is standing there and telling his dialogues, and in another scene, Tony Stark is present. So these are the two scenes. Now think like Thanos said a dialogue, and then the cameraman takes his camera from Thanos to Tony Stark. Okay, so this transition, this like taking from one scene to another scene, is called transition. The same term is transition is used here in our app. Okay, the same term. And like the scenes which I told, we'll create different scenes, so that first one scene will happen, then it will ask the user you want to do what, that will go to another scene. Okay, so like whenever you say, "Hey Google," a prompt is given that, "Hi, what can I do for you?" Then you will say, like, "What is the latest news for today?" So it will go to another scene where you'll get the play cards for the news and everything. So I get you got what scenes is. So yeah, and then comes customer intent types. I'll be explaining everything. Let's start with this. So this is kind of simple chart type of thing. I guess you all understand. So when you click on this, Sam's Fortune, okay, this is great. So here it is written when your action is invoked. Matlab, whenever you come to this tab, this square tab, rectangle tab, so these two things you can do. Okay, the first thing you can do is call your webhook. Okay, so webhook, it is also mentioned here. What webhook is like, webhook is kind of something like where you can actually make a dynamic call to a web service. Like you can also use a client library and all that. Like it comes under dynamic stuff. So you need not like, we won't be doing it here because for webhook you should know JavaScript, which is programming language. So you need you need a pretty basic knowledge for JavaScript for calling a webhook. So we won't be doing it, or maybe if we finish in time, so I'll show you one example of webhook in the end. Okay. So next is send prompt. Send prompt is the text, the audio, the speech which will be prompted when the action is okay, when the action is invoked. So for example, whenever you say, "Okay, Google, what can you do for me?" So action is involved that I can do these all things for you. Okay, so it speaks that line, no? So that line is the prompt message. Also, whenever you say, "Okay, Google," you hear a sound which is kind of earcon. Earcon is basically an icon for audio. Okay, so you hear a earcon, so that is a prompt, and everything which comes in your screen comes in front of you is an earcon. So you can is a prompt. So you can make a prompt. See, the language we have selected here is English. You can even change it. Even in main invocation, you can change the language. Why is this earth sign present here? Because it's global. By default, English will be selected. In speech, okay, I have prepared a kind of script for you guys. Okay, it's kind of similar to Hogwarts script, but it is like made up. Okay, so there is like no copyright issues or something for that. So speech, we just have to, you have to select this. It tells you, okay, ki you can enter all this. Like what we get to know, what we enter in speech, no, it will be our first prompt. So I'll just copy that speech thing. I'll paste it here. Okay, so guys who are following along, I'll also paste the same thing here. Okay, so Manoj has written, sorry, I missed your question. Manoj has written, what is the previous step? Previous step is okay, I'll tell you. I'm stuck at what kind of action? What kind of action can you elaborate? Like maybe you are telling it for like the previous step, I'll tell you. First, we'll click save here just to save it. Guys, those who are following along, I've pasted the same text. Wait, by the way, it's not necessary you have to follow that same text. Okay, you just can write any speech. You write, hey there, welcome to my world, or anything you want. Okay, it's your assistant. So, okay, the previous step, Manoj, is it's pretty simple. You just have to name, like I have chosen the name Sam's Fortune, Manu's Fortune, or like Yaris Fortune, anything you want. Voice you have to voice you have to select, and then just click save. It's pretty simple, I guess.
What
You
kind of
got, and then you
action
have
to
to go to
build?
main invocation. What kind of action to build? Can you share your screen if you're okay with it? I'm not getting what kind of action to build. Is that a question or is this a like a prompt on the screen?
It's the step he's stuck on.
I'm actually not getting you. What are you saying? Can you share your screen maybe if possible? I'll tell you. Or maybe you can like wait right now, understand everything, and
Yeah,
I'll
yeah, yeah, yeah.
explain
Okay.
that to you in the end.
Yes, okay.
That's fine. Okay. So, guys, if you have copied it here, this was the speech called. You can use two languages, YAML and JSON. I usually prefer YAML. So let's go to test. Okay, we have built this thing. Let's go. We have not built actually nothing. Okay, but still, I'll tell you how test works. So you'll click on this test tab. You'll come here. Okay, then you have to click on talk to Sam's Fortune. So what you can do is either like I'll share my screen but it's visible to you guys.
Excuse me.
Yeah, go ahead.
Your voice was breaking, and the video was buffering, so I couldn't catch up with what you just showed.
Okay. Getting the test version of Sam's Fortune.
Start building your action by defining main invocation.
Okay, so is my voice clear now?
How it is.
Okay, okay. So I'll tell you again. So can you tell me from where should I tell again?
After entering that
Or I'll just
text, a wondrous greeting, adventurer.
okay, okay, okay. Okay. Thanks for telling. Thanks for telling me. Thanks for correcting, please. Okay, so we are here at main invocation. You guys got it right. Great. So we are here at main invocation. What I explained, I'll brief it up quickly. So whenever you'll say talk to Sam's Fortune, this is our main invocation text. So this action will be invoked. That action is our Sam's Fortune. Sam's Fortune, when we will click on this, so this right hand side column will open. So either you can call your hook or you can send a prompt. So for sending a prompt, you can use two languages, YAML and JSON. I usually prefer YAML. So you just have to erase the speech part there and do the changes here. Okay, and click on save. Um, I guess this is okay now. So it will say invocation saved successfully. Okay, then comes okay, I have built this small thing. It usually won't do anything right now. Like whenever you'll say talk to Sam's Fortune, it'll say us a prompt, gave us a prompt that wonder creating and all that. We'll go to test. You just have to click on this tab here, test. Okay. So it will do enabling test. It will take some time for the first time, but later on it will work smoothly. I want you guys to hear it as well. I'll change my settings in Meet. Aditya, is my voice clear now? You wrote like my voice is breaking.
Could you like try switching off your video? Maybe it will improve.
Okay.
Um, Say something. No?
Yeah. Now my voice is clear, no?
Yeah. Now it's fine.
Okay, thanks. Okay, so we'll come here to test. So test, see, you can start your test in three ways. Either you can just type here that talks to Sam's fortune or whichever operation you want to run. You can speak it on mic or use the suggestions tab. So I'll be using the suggestions tab here because I think it's pretty simple to use the suggestions tab. We'll do the voice also.
Alright, getting the test version of Sam's Fortune.
A wondrous greeting, adventurer. Welcome to the mythical land of Griffinburg. Based on your clothes, you are not from around these lands. It looks like you're on your way to an epic journey.
So was this audible to you guys?
Yes.
Okay. So this is just like a simple, so you saw what a prompt is. A prompt is a text which will be displayed when the action is invoked. Pretty simple. Let's continue build our assistant. We'll go to develop. Okay, so main invocation. So what I need it is like we have built this, we have welcomed the user. It's usually a hi or something. We have built that. Okay, so now I want it to, ask some sort of question to the user that, like when it enters. So do you want to use see your fortune or some sort of question. So if a user says yes, I want to see, then it will continue. If a user says no, so we'll end it there itself. So for that, we have to go to main invocation again, and now scroll down where you enter prompt. Scroll down and you'll see called, which is visible on my screen in the bottom right corner. Okay. So transition is basically like when this action you have done this action. So where do you want to take your screen to? Okay. So let's do a transition and add a transition here. So you can add. Okay. So this is a block here. So I'll add a transition called start, and then click on add button or click on enter. Okay. Nothing like start is created now. We are creating it on our own, like it is not pre-default or something. So start will be our scene, the first scene where our actual movie will start. Okay, it will ask a question, it will say scene saved successfully. So one thing of doing, just click on save then. So one thing of doing start is either you can do it like what I made, I do it here. Just scroll down, open transitions. In transition, you have to click on like enter start. The second option you can do is just on the left side you see scenes. No, just you click on this plus button, new scene, and create a new scene. So this is where our movie is going to start, guys. So I'll click on start. So on start, what we basically want is we want to ask a question to the user first that hey, do you want to know your fortune or not? So So start. Okay. So first thing in the top, you see transition from actions.intent.main. This means that transition from, that means it is coming from this tab. So it, to minimize the confusion and all that, the UI is so pretty, no, that it is telling you everything, that where it's coming from, your action is coming from. So here in the main invocation, your action is coming. Okay, your action is coming from main invocation and transition to start scene. So start scene, you will see 5 options here. The last one is error and status handling, that we do after the testing is done. Okay, the above 4 options is to ask the user that what do you want to do. Okay, so on enter, obviously as the name says, will mean is like used like whenever you enter the scene, on enter do this thing. Condition is whenever you enter the scene, and like if the condition, what condition we are, like for example we say whenever user says yes, then we will do that. Okay, so on condition, so we'll put that in condition, that we'll put 2 conditions, yes and no. And start filling is kind of form, okay, which will ask you for many details. You'll get to know, we'll be building all these. Okay, so we want to ask user that whether you want to continue further or not. So we'll click on enter. Again, you'll see 2 things here. See the action of transition, where do you want to do the transition, is not present on enter. Okay, so it is present in condition slot filling, that is also a difference. So again, call your webhook or send a prompt. So I'll click on send prompt. Okay, so here we want to ask the user, ki, Macha, do you want to know your fortune or not? So I have even written that text. So I'll just copy that text, paste it here, and then we'll click on before clicking to save. Okay, before you continue your quest, I'll copy that in the chat also. Okay, so is my voice breaking now also? Okay, thanks, Jagdeep. So I have no. Okay, thanks, Manoj. So I have written before you continue to your quest. The text I have copied that in the chat box. Yeah, sure. So Jagdeep, do you want me to repeat anything, or shall I just continue? No, it's fine. Okay. Yeah, you haven't missed anything yet. It's just pretty simple basics commands going on right now. The logic part is more important, guys. I'll tell you, when we come to logic, the understanding that is like, if you have got that, then you know what you are building, and you can build in literally any action you want to build. Okay, so speech I have copied. Before you continue on your quest, would you like your fortune to be told? Okay, so here insert comes 3 options: content, last, simple, and suggestions. So I'll give suggestions to the user. Okay, so let's give him suggestions. So first suggestion is add. Second suggestion is like first suggestion is yes, and the second suggestion is no. After giving, because before you want to continue, so they'll easily get the suggestions tab, so they can easily click on yes and no. I'll just click on save. I guess till here you guys have got know what we are building, what we are doing. Okay, Shreyas
Yeah.
has written, I joined. Shreyas has written, I joined at 6:15. I'm unable to understand. Please, can you guide me? Okay, Shreyas. Okay, the console link, DSC and the account has sent you the console link. Just open that console link. Okay, and then no, like my activity is not necessary. Just open the console link and start from a new project, and start building it from where we are right now. Because I won't repeat like the half an hour thing, no. So you can start building from here. Even if you have any doubt in the end, I'll resolve it. I guess that's fine, Shreyas. So, guys, you have written the suggestions, yes and no. So let's go to test again. Okay, I'll click on test and it will do the enabling test part every time, but it will be faster this time. So, and we'll, just test it out that whether our assistant is working right now or not. So test is also, you can see in the URL, it's written simulator. So this is a simulator kind of thing. So where you can actually, test whether it's working or not. So I'll be testing it now. Um, I want you guys to hear it as well.
Alright, let's get the test version of Sam's fortune.
A wondrous greeting, adventurer. Welcome to the mythical land of Griffinburg. Based on your clothes, you are not from around these lands. It looks like you're on your way to an epic journey. Before you continue on your quest, would you like your fortune told?
So you guys saw what happened. Like we, in the first input, we only gave till this part, epic journey. In the second part, we are giving before you continue. So, okay. So this means that our action is working properly. It is going to, it is invoking another action, and our start scene is working properly. This shows that before you.
Can you show the main invocation screen again? It's in my screen. It's showing invalid prompt syntax.
Okay, so you might have done some like small mistake. Yeah,
Yeah.
just see this. That's okay. Prompt, check whether you haven't erased. See, yeah, that is what. Do you want me to? Okay, wait. I'll copy this entire thing and put it in the chat box. You just copy the entire thing and paste it in your. Okay.
Okay.
Just paste this as it is, and it will work.
What about the suggestions
Like,
part?
okay, suggestions part was not in main invocation. Like when we'll go from main invocation to the scene, start scene. Okay, so start scene on enter. We are, you can guys see even here. This is one thing which is also good about the UI. Whatever changes you will make, no, it will be visible under that section. So when we'll be doing condition, so under condition, everything will be visible. So on enter. So do you want me to paste this as well?
Yeah.
I'll paste it for you. Yeah, I'll paste it. So this is we are asking the user that whether you want to know your fortune or not, and giving them suggestions yes and no, because else they'll be like. Also, yeah, we'll be doing that also. What if like some users say yeah, or will say ha, or will say in their language, or will say yup or anything? So we'll even do that. We'll add those phrases also, that whenever it's a yes, like something similar to yes, so it will consider it as yes. I think I should continue. Is it fine with you guys? Is everything till now working?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll continue then. So, okay, so I went to test, but so you guys saw, no, it added that last phrase, and then it was giving us two suggestions whether it is a yes or a no. So what do you guys think? Like, I'll go to test again. So what do you guys think? Like, if I click on yes, will happen? Do you guys think that when I'll click
You
on
need to
yes, so
create
it will
another
start?
scene, I guess.
That's correct. That's correct. Like whenever, yeah, it isn't intelligent enough that yes, okay, I'll tell you fortune from my own. We have to create first a yes scene, a no scene, and then like in the yes scene, we'll be creating what? We'll be containing that. So that was the perfect answer. I'll go to develop. By this, I know that you guys are understanding. So okay, on develop again, we have added the yes and no. So now I'll tell you what intents is. Okay, so we have added yes and no. So we are gonna click on intents. So intents are like here two intents are giving the custom intents and the system intents. So I'll open the system intents. Four are already created for you. So which are the no match, no input, cancel. Okay, whenever you click on the Google, okay, Google app, na Google Assistant. So what happens when you doesn't say anything, like you are mute? So it is like a no input sign, no, at that place. So it says like, sorry, I can't hear you, or something similar to that. Whenever you go to no match, like whenever it is asking like what is the date today, and you are telling that my name is Raghav, then it will search in an intent, and it will go to no match intent, and I'll show you what our assistant, and it will say, sorry, I didn't catch that. Can you try again in no match? Whenever no input intent, so again it will say the same thing. You guys can easily edit this, like you can add when a user it's a no match, or you are asking anything else and the user is answering something else, so you can tell it in whatever way you want. So we'll go to custom intents and let's create a new intent. So we'll be creating obviously two intents, a no and a yes. That what will happen if a user says yes, and what will happen if the user says no. Let's just start with no. Just write no and click enter. It's simple. Under the custom intents, write no and click enter. Then open this no intent. So this thing, the top thing you can leave, is this a global intent? It's not a global intent, so no. Adding training phases. So this is where you can add changes to your assistant, add variations to your assistant. So you have to enter training phrases. So training phrases are what a user can say when he wants to say no. So he can say n. Obviously people on phone prefer a single word chatting type things, no? So n, no, nope, nah, and tell me more. I don't want to, I don't, I guess these many are fine, no? These many are fine. So we'll add these training phrases and then click on save. So this is where you'll create variation. For example, you are doing it in your language, so you have to enter every phrase in your language, which obviously the speaker can is going to say. So whenever any of these, okay, whenever the user says any of these, no, so the action no, the intent no is going to trigger. And then after adding the training, do you want me to copy these training phrases also in the chat? I'll copy these also. By the way, it's not necessary you are writing 4 or 5. You can write as many as you want. Even a single no is sufficient. I've added some suggestions. Okay, so continue moving. Now, okay, so we have created an intent no, but don't you guys think that it is kind of flowchart, no, kind of movie type of thing? So don't you guys, we have to connect these two? Like how will it know that we have to go to this section? No. So we'll be connecting it by going into start. So we'll go to start. I'll explain this, don't worry. So in start, now we have sent a prompt that do you want to know your fortune or not? And then we'll go to user handling intent, user intent handling, which is mentioned here. Let's click on plus. So what it does is it will check an intent, that it will check whether the input user has given is one of these intent. So when you'll open this box, okay, so if I'm going too fast or the pace is not right, just tell me, guys. Anything. Or you're having any doubt or something. Do you want me to go slow? Or is this fine? The speed?
Fine, bro. Fine. No
Okay.
problem.
Okay, then you'll go to this intent and add this intent, which is the no intent. Okay, so right now we haven't created yes, otherwise you'll see an option yes also here. In general, you will get no, yes, repeat. So these are what system intents which are automatically created, but they won't do what we want are. Okay, when you'll go to yes, so it won't start telling for you. It will just continue wherever the next scene is. So we have to create our own no and own yes. So we'll click on no. Okay, so like we should always acknowledge the person who is using our app. No. So if a user says no, I don't want to know my fortune. So let's give him something. No, let's give him a prompt that thank you for coming or some sort of that prompt. So I'll acknowledge the user here. So I'll acknowledge the user here. So the what should I write? Okay, I have this written. I'll copy this. Let me paste it in the chat also. So no, not this line, only this line. Till farewell. Guys, don't copy that. Copy this. Only till farewell you should say. No, like if the you are giving too many prompts or if the prompt is too big, then that also the user might think no that this all also the assistant, the normal voice of assistant is quite slow. So like the way we talk, no, it's quite slow. So I've added this single line is sufficient, I think. That I understand, stranger. Best of luck on your quest. Farewell. Let's click on save. So now what will happen is you see here when in user intent handling, it shows when no is matched. So in no, we created that training phrases. No. So whenever any of those training phrases is matched, so it will come here. It will check when no is matched in this no intent we have entered. So this prompt will be given automatically. Okay, let's test this out. I think let's go to test. Guys, testing is really necessary because might be you do 3 or 4 steps and then like there is some sort of error and then you don't know that you did the error at which step, so you have to go back then again to do all the steps here. Okay, I let me before continuing explain this also to you. Reset test, just click on reset test. It will clear these logs present here. By the way, the logs are pretty awesome because they'll tell you what actions you are doing, what I'll like. Even when we further advance, no, the logs will be very important. I'll tell you their importance. Rest these options are like not needed right now. Logs into Google Cloud, these all these options are important when we'll deploy our app, when we'll deploy this assistant. So these options will be needed there. Okay, so let's click on talk to Sam's fortune. Okay, and I'll be clicking on no. So let me mute myself.
Alright, here's the test version of Sam's fortune.
A wondrous greeting, adventurer. Welcome to the mythical land of Griffinburg. Based on your clothes, you are not from around these lands. It looks like you're on your way to an epic journey. Before you continue on your quest, would you like your fortune told? I understand, stranger. Best of luck on your quest. Farewell.
So this shows that like our no intent is working fine. Now I'll tell you how these logs are important. When you see this keyboard you are seeing on the right hand side is the input what we are giving, and this voice is the output. You can replay it from here as well. So here right now it's showing like the user input is getting from start, interaction matches from start. So everything right now we haven't created something great or something big. So it is everything is coming from start. You can even expand that and see that whenever no is matched, or like maybe if I would have written nope or na or something like that, so that also it would have got and we would have got the same prompt. So I think any doubt still here or we can continue this? I guess it's pretty clear till now, no? Okay, Jaideep has said yes, yes, okay, yep. So let's continue to the development part. We'll go back to development. So guys, now we have created the no intent. We'll be creating the yes intent now. Okay, so we have to again go to start the user intent thing again, click on add yes and then add it. I'll be doing it. We have user intent handling. Okay, this is either you can create, last time I created no from here, no, from the left hand column. You can even create one from here. You just have to click on this plus sign, select an intent. If the intent is not made, you just have to write yes here, like whatever the intent you want to create and add. So this is like another way of creating an intent. You can create it from the left hand column or from here. So if the user says yes, okay, so what should happen? So I think if the user says yes, then we should go to another scene where the fortune is told. It's pretty basic. It will ask the user, you understand the whole cycle now. Okay, it will ask the user whether you want your fortune to be told, yes or no. If the user says yes, take him to another scene. From start, it will go to a scene. Let's call that scene fortune. Okay, so it will go to fortune scene. If no, then it will say farewell, thanks for coming, or something like that, and it will end the conversation. So and guys, too many prompts are also annoying for the user sometimes, so we won't do this send prompt thing right here. Just let's just do the transition. So transition, we don't want, like, if what if I do transition to start, then what will happen is it will ask the user, do you want your fortune to be told? The user will say yes. Then it will again ask, go to start, again ask the user, do you want your fortune to be told? So the cycle, it's like an infinite loop kind of thing will start. So we don't want that. We create a new scene again. You can create from this left side, this plus button, and from the right side here down below you can create a new scene. Let's call that scene fortune, and I'll click on add. So okay, this by this we have created another scene. You can see it in the left side, that scene fortune is created. So okay, for yes also, like, for example, we can think of this like as, what is our favorite color if it asks from the user. And here where we are creating a type which is a color. So a type will have different keys, like, okay, I'll leave that the type, I'll tell you in the end. But you got it, no, like in no we entered no, na, and all that options. So same we have to do it in yes, like the number of ways a user will say yes. Okay, so that are the training phrases. So you click on yes here, and then let's add some training phrases. So first phrase is the yes, then just write yes and click on enter. Okay, why? Obviously mobile users. And then I'll add yep. Okay, and then I want to, and like go ahead. Sure. Okay, I guess these are sufficient. You can add as many as you want. Okay, the more you add the training phrases, the more refined your assistant will be. Okay, now let's click on save. So we have created a yes. So what will happen whenever whenever the assistant will hear something from these? Sure, go ahead. I want to. Yep. Why? Yes. Any of these phrases, if the assistant is hearing, then it will take you directly to fortune scene. Okay. So guys, here on the top, you can see that all our scenes, all the intents, everything is open with the main invocation start, no, yes, fortune. So whatever we are doing, we like know, and we can directly access it from here itself. So if you are building a big project, then you have to keep track on these as well. So when it will come to fortune. So in fortune, you can see that transition from start scene, like it is coming from the start scene, and it is coming here in fortune. So fortune, like
Raghav, my transition from it's coming is not available.
is not available. So like in fortune or in the start itself? Start also, no,
For
it should show. Okay, start, it is showing that it is coming from main invocation.
yeah,
Okay. So like, so this means that in start, you haven't told it that where it has to come from. So check, go to user handling. See in my start, you can see that if yes is matched, so this arrow you can see, right? That it is going to fortune. Is this present in your? I guess it is not present there.
no,
Huh, okay. So this means that when yes is matched, you have done some error. Open when yes is matched. You
okay,
have to, okay, so you have to check this, no? You have to add an intent which is yes,
I've
and
done that.
transition. Okay, transition to fortune.
Okay,
Okay, in transition, why we are adding fortune is that whenever yes is matched, so where it will go. Okay, so it has to go to fortune, so we'll add fortune here. I guess
got
that
it.
is clear now. Yeah. Okay, great. So moving ahead, let's go to fortune. You can even just click here. It will take you to fortune. The UI is pretty simple, guys. You know, like if we are going from fortune to anywhere else, so it will just create all the flowchart here. It will keep on creating flowchart. Okay, so one sec. Okay, yeah, let's continue. I was getting a call. I don't know. Some guy is calling me right now. Okay, so okay, so in what fortune? So how do you want to, how do you want to know, like, how do you want to ask tell the fortune? So I guess you guys know what tarot cards are, right? Tarot cards are like cards in which the user has to pick, like a woman or someone, whoever is the astrologer will show you the cards, and you have to pick one card from them. And whichever card you pick, it will tell you that, okay, this is your card, and this will happen to you, and everything like that. So we'll do something similar to that. So for that, you have to go to types. So for that tarot, for that tarot card reading, first we have to build those cards, no? So for building those cards, you have to go to type, and in type, let's create a new type, and let's keep the name as available options, because that these all options are available for the user. Guys, naming is very important. Firstly, like, always see the capitalization and everything. I'll even copy this in the chat box, okay, so that even the capitalization, underscore, and everything. You don't, you know, do something wrong there. If you are doing anything in the capitalization or anything, then also you will get an error. Okay, so make sure that everything is correct, the spelling and everything. So you'll click, we have create, so we want to create those tarot cards so that the user will choose one of those cards and we'll tell him the fortune. So we have created a type called available options or available cards. We'll click on this type. Okay, so in types, you can skip all those, which is everything which is present here. And like according to my story, the person is in Griffin Fort and he is going on a quest, he or she is going on a quest. So let's add some entries like what can help him in the quest. Okay, so I have chosen three things. Either he can get a dragon, because dragons are pretty cool. Then maybe for a treasure hunt or something, or a journey, a compass. And obviously in a new town, you need a translator. Okay, so you guys got it, no? It's pretty clear. So these are the key value pairs. You might like whenever a user whenever the user says there's translator in the value, so this key will be like invoked. Okay, whenever the user says compass like in the values, so this compass key will be invoked. So you can add more values here. So translator, so maybe a user can type translate here. Okay, what all can we call a translator? Like a translator is called you can even call it even a machine, maybe like a Google translator or some sort of thing. And we can call him a decoder because decoder sounds cool. Okay, and maybe communicator. Guys, not necessary you add these only like these phrases only. You can add whatever you want. This is what I have written down, because a dragon you can call maybe like a big lizard. Dragon can be referred to as, or hydra maybe, or I think like these are sufficient. You can even write monster or something. And for the compass, we are going to add like directions. This basically is like what a user can say. Like if you will give him three options, so obviously he'll choose the option which is given, but he can say another thing also, no? So a guide. This is everything like just to refine our assistant. Okay, it's not necessary. Even if it's you have entered only one value, no, then also it will work perfectly. So I have added. You can add more. You can add a horse. You can add something like whatever you like according to your storyline. Okay, so do you want me to copy this also in the chat? You just have to write this and then click on save. I don't think I need to copy this. Like, think of anything like whatever you want to call it. Okay. So I think this is the available option, this type we have created it. So now okay, so we have created a type. So let's add this type to our fortune scene. That like we'll click on fortune and we'll add these types here. Okay, that whenever you are seeing anything in these, like whenever you are entering the fortune scene, ask the user that what do you want to choose from the chosen options, from the available options. What do you want to choose? That either you want to choose a compass or a dragon or a translator. Okay, so we'll click on fortune. Guys, any doubt till now? please tell me, or any step you want me to repeat or anything. Okay, no, no, no. Okay. So continuing when we are on fortune. So let's add, okay, fortune, let's for fortune. Arey yaar, who's this guy calling? Hello. Yeah, one. Okay, so fortune. Okay, so what we can do is now what we were doing. So we have created the available options. We have created our cards. Okay, so you just have to ask the user to choose one of those cards. So we'll go to slot filling. Enter the slot. So we have the available options slot. Okay, we when we'll go into slot filling, so we'll always get, like, we'll already get this option available options because we have created that. There is available type number and some already system types which are present. We'll click on available options, and like a user will be choosing one of these options. So let's create one, let's call it the chosen option. Let's call it the chosen option, that whichever, like, the chosen option will be, if he chooses a dragon, so the chosen option will be a dragon. Even if he calls, okay, this is the trick part, that even if he calls a lizard, so our available option will have lizard, but the chosen option will be a dragon. Okay, so you have to be clear with this. Then this slot is required. We'll click on, we'll take this up because obviously you want this slot. This slot is required is like whenever, if there is no, even if there is condition, then also it will print this slot. Like this slot needs to be prompted to the user. Okay, so uh, we have created the chosen options, and let's call, no, not calling a webhook. We will send a prompt to the user that we have to tell him, no, like he doesn't know that I have given these three options. So we'll tell him the three options. So we'll just ask him that what would you like to choose. I'll Let me just copy paste the entire section here. Okay, so it's pretty simple. The speech, we are asking him, what do you choose to help on your quest? A dragon, a quest, like dragon, translator, or a compass. And we are giving him suggestions that click from these. Suggestions is the suggestion tab which you will see in tests, no? So we have to give suggestions. I'll copy this in the chat section. Guys, even if you miss any step or anything you don't understand, then I'll give you a proper documentation so you can follow along whenever you're free or anything. Also, we might upload this on YouTube as well, so you can just understand the logic here. Understanding the logic is should be your first priority, not building this up. You can even build this up later watching the YouTube video. So we'll click, okay, so this is done. So we'll go to save, like we'll click save. So this should be the prompt here. We have kept, okay, we have set up the type as available option and have named it as the chosen option. So like let's go to test and see if this works. I think it should work perfectly. Okay, we haven't called the function fortune. I'll just fix that up. Okay, so yeah, this condition part, okay, this condition part can't be empty. So it shows that whenever the condition is final, so let's give a prompt even here as well. So like, let's just tell them that you have chosen, like whenever this click on dragon, so we'll tell them that you have chosen a dragon or something like that. Let's just copy paste it. I'll just copy paste it here. Okay, there is some sort of network issue I'm facing. Yeah. Okay, fortune available option. This was error saving. Keep editing. Discard and continue. Available options. We'll go to back to fortune.
Raghav, is it important to select a prompt? Like send a prompt after selecting
No,
the tag?
actually, what, okay, I'll tell you. Actually, what is happening is, you see, we can't keep it empty. Okay, so whenever it is asking a user for something, so we can't end our chat on, we input. Like if I say, what is your name? And you'll answer your name. Okay, so we can't end the conversation there. No, so we have to, if we are asking a name, either we have to save it somewhere, we have to do something to that. No, that is why we are building it. So that is what is happening here. We are asking a user to choose dragon, compass, translator. So a user is choosing one of those options, and then like if we are not doing anything, either we can just go to end conversation, so it will play the earcon sound and it will end that you entered this and it will end. Or we can go to like no intent, so it will say farewell, thank you and everything. So it's better we don't end our conversation here, and I'll print that you have picked this. So for picking that, you have, okay, you got it now.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So for picking that you pick what. So this is something in YAML you should know, but even if you don't know, it's pretty clear because it's English. So you picked is in English. So it shows the dollar sign. Dollar sign is like it is linking you to somewhere. So session dot params dot choose an option. So it means that you have picked. Then we have named it as chosen option. No, so it will be printing this, that whatever you have chosen, it will be printing this, and then we'll click on save. I guess now when we'll test this, it should work. Test is enabled. So guys, I'll do yes this time, and I'll choose what? I'll choose anything. I like the dragon. So I'll choose the dragon. Okay, I'll mute myself.
Okay, here's the test version of Sam's Fortune.
A wondrous greeting, adventurer. Welcome to the mythical land of Griffinburg. Based on your clothes, you are not from around these lands. It looks like you're on your way. What do you choose to help you on your quest, a dragon, a translator, or a compass?
So you guys saw, no, that now it is giving us a option that what we want to choose. So what do you think, if we choose the dragon, it will show? Okay, yeah, I'll paste it here, Aditya. One sec, I'll paste it. So that someone Jaideep has wrote, what do you, okay, I'll paste this. Perfect, yeah, Jaideep. It'll Okay, it'll, cause we have entered this prompt, so it should show that you have chosen a dragon or something. If that isn't working, then it will show us an error or will say something.
You picked dragon.
Yeah, so it worked, guys, but this isn't a fortune. Okay, this isn't telling sessions is
Raghav, can you elaborate on that sessions.params.chosen options?
yeah, sure. I think I didn't explain that well. Even Jaydeep is asking the same. I'll tell you. Okay, so one thing here we know that it is working. Okay, I'll tell you the logic. Where was that in Fortune? We have created a slot. Uh, a slot name is chosen option. Okay, here you see that it we created an intent called available options. You guys got that now? That in that available option we have the dragon, the compass, and all the options. Then we have named that as chosen option. So out of those three, whichever the user is choosing, that will be saved as chosen option. So think like these are the variables. Under available options, you will get three options: dragon, that translator, and compass. And under chosen option will come the whichever option you have chosen. Okay, so now you will say customize the customize slot value right back. You'll see this option here. So I guess I didn't show you this part. Okay, so I'll tell you now. So what happens is after slot filling, you can customize the right back of the session parameter. For example, you have kept the name chosen options here, so it will automatically keep it chosen option here. So what is happening is it this dollar session dot params is, you can think like um, in English we start a sentence with the like the Taj Mahal we'll keep, no, like if we speak Taj Mahal, so we'll speak it the Taj Mahal, so you can think it like that. Okay, so when you will, like, I can even show you in the logs that there is one section called, think like there is one box, that box has written session on it. Okay, when you go inside that box, there is another small box which has a name written parameter. Okay, params, it has saved it as. So there we have created this chosen option there. So it is saved there. So every time we have to access it, so we have to write the entire this statement. You got it? No, like for example, when you search a file, so you can't, like in search bar you can just write its name, but when you are searching from that uh, on top that is given, no, like whenever you want to search it from run, in Windows we have run, Linux users might not have that run. So in run we have to write the entire path. Okay, you can't just write key, I want to search this folder until search that. So you have to write the entire part. Or in command line, if you know what command line is, so there we have to, oh, or watch this on the top, no, whenever we have to go to facebook.com and your ID, so it will be facebook.com hash whatever your ID is, like Rahul Kaushal or whatever your ID is. So first it has to access that facebook.com, then it will go to that ID. So the same is here. First it has to access, first it has to go to sessions, then it will go to params, then it will go to chosen options. So whenever you have to access chosen options, you have to write it full. And this syntax which you are seeing is the YAML syntax. Is that clear to you guys, or I shall give more examples?
Got it. Thank you.
Huh, that's fine here. Okay, so I like showed you that it was working fine, no? So what is happening is whenever we are picking up choosing a dragon, it is telling that you have chosen a dragon. But that isn't fortune, guys. Like everyone here knows that. So we'll change that statement, that what you have chosen or that statement. So we'll go to fortune on the conditions, and let's this is the condition now. So let's change this condition. So we don't want, so first we'll change even the condition on the top also. I'll show you. So you here, okay. So do you guys know what if else statement is? See, I'll tell you. Even if you don't know, I'll tell you. If else statement is like if this condition is matched, then do this thing. Okay, if this condition is matched, then do this thing. But okay, so this condition is seen dot slots dot status is final. Like final is whenever final, okay, yeah, final is whenever a user has chosen any of the one option. No, so when a user has chosen like a dragon, so that means it will change this thing scene dot slot dot status as final. Anything he has chosen, it will change it to final. So I'll change the condition here, and I'll keep this as condition that whenever the user has chosen one option, whether he has chosen dragon, compass, translator, anything, and this double and is used in a YAML. This is also programming thing. So and this means these both needs to be true. So whenever the user has selected, this first thing means whenever the user has selected one of those, and he has selected that whatever he has selected is dragon. Okay, again we are accessing it with sessions.param.chosen option. Then do this. Okay, I have changed the statement. This understanding this is important. So you guys got it, or do you want me to elaborate more? Got it. Okay, so here you go. If you are following along, here you go. So yeah, so this is like when both of these condition is true, then you will do this thing. Okay, those who are not into programming, I'll tell you what if else statement is. If else statement is simple, that if you these everything present here in this block is true, then do whatever is below it. Okay, that is what if statement is. And we can create more of such statements by clicking on this translator. If the chosen option is a translator, then do this. And I'll add one more, that if the chosen option is translator and dragon and a compass. So if a chosen option is this, send this prompt. So if the, okay, now in the first it was written if, next to it is written else if. So you guys don't need not worry what this else if. Just think that else if is another if statement. So if the like you have selected an option and that option is dragon, then do this thing. If you have selected an option and that is a translator, then do this thing. And if you have selected an option and that is the compass, then do this thing. And let's click on save. So you guys got it. I want response from like everyone, because this is the main part, guys. If you get this, then you can build literally anything. This if else statement is what is making, what will make our assistant work. Great guys. Continuing, I'll continue. So we have added, okay, so for dragon, let's go to dragon. So what have we written? That if a user chose a dragon, that then it will show you picked a dragon. So let's change it. It's like if the user has chosen a dragon is also similar to like one of the card is our dragon, no? So if they have chosen this card with the number 1 and heart, so do this. So I have like for dragon, so we will tell his fortune here. Okay, so I'll be copy pasting this a simple prompt that if the user has chosen a dragon, then print this stuff. Okay, so this is what our fortune is. So this prompt can be big. I'll paste this for you guys here. This is for a dragon. We'll write three of those, one for the translator, one for the compass. So it's already 7:30, so I'll just copy paste the translator and the compass one. Understanding the logic is important, guys, not the scene like which I have built, the script which I have built. So for the translator, I'll copy one, paste it. Again, click on save. Guys, keep on saving, else, it might give you some error. Like, for example, if your laptop turns off or anything, it might give you an error later. By the way, it's like all on cloud. So even if we stop our session here, for example, it's 1.5 hours, we have started a session like 1 hour, 15 minutes. Even if we stop our session here, then also, we can continue this later from this place here. But let's just complete this part. And okay, sorry, paste it here. This one first was for the dragon, second was for the translator, and finally for the compass. The thing what I like, the script what I found was, I thought that this was quite funny. I could have used some other script as well, but I thought this was funny, so I chose this, and was something unique. Like, we don't want to, I could have built one movie script or something, but that won't be fun. Okay, so I have created these three conditions. So yeah, any doubt till here? I have copied this, right? The compass one. Raghav phone number. Mine, bro, it's there in the poster. Haven't you seen the poster? Okay, here you go. Here you go. Feel free to contact if you also have any doubt. Guys, if you have any doubt, you can ping me and ping me there now on Discord. We are pretty active on Discord too. Like Discord, even you can access, like, contact the DSC lead or anyone you want to access. So I'll test this out once. If you guys have any doubt, just ask me after I test it. Just think if any of thing like you haven't understand, even a small thing or anything, even a small part, if you're having doubt, even in the if else statement, I'll explain that again. Let's play this. So I'll be choosing, let's choose a translator. Okay.
Okay, getting the test version of Sam's Fortune.
A wondrous greeting, adventurer. Welcome to the mythical land of Griffinburg. Based on your clothes, you are not from around these lands. It looks like you're on your way to an epic journey. Before you continue on your quest, would you like your fortune told? What do you choose to help you on your quest, a dragon, a translator, or a compass? With the help of the translator, the rival factions in Griffinburg are finally able to communicate with each other and resolve their disputes. You will complete your quest to restore peace in the town. The translator will be used on many subsequent journeys across the earth. After its work is done, it retires honorably to a premier location in the Griffinburg History Museum.
So you guys saw that, when I clicked on the translator, it worked. Okay, so it showed kind of fortune kind of thing. that whenever you translator will even help in your further quest and everything, will even help in the quest later. So, but one thing which I felt here is like, we can even make it a bit more refined, because when we are clicking on translator, it's just telling us this and ending it. So don't you guys think that it should, ask in the end that, like, are you satisfied with your answer, or do you want to change it? Or if you are satisfied, that thank you or some sort of thing. So it's 7:35. I think in the next 10 minutes I can build that up. So are you guys okay if I continue for next 10 minutes also? Because the session was till 7:30 only. So if you guys are okay, then I'll continue. Okay, thanks guys. Just 10 minutes. And because it is not looking, obviously it is not looking nice that it'll ending it is just like, end this. We'll end this like this. We'll end it like this. What is happening to my tongue? Actually not in a habit of speaking so much. So let's go to, where should we go? We should obviously go to fortune. And okay, so I told you about that infinite loop kind of thing, no? That it will keep on asking until the user says no. So let's just try something out. Okay, so let's go to fortune condition, and then if, let's go with dragon. If all my experiments are with the dragons. So if the user has chosen dragon, give this output, and then the transition, it's given no transition. Okay, we have selected it as no transition. So what this no transition means, that it will speak whatever the prompt is and it will end it here. So let's, obviously we'll change this transition, and we can't take it to start again, because it will then ask again that do you want to know your fortune. So let's name a new scene, create a new scene called again. Let's add it, because I could have sent it directly to fortune, then it would have shown no what you would like to choose a dragon, that again. But before that we need to ask the user no, that whether you want to know your fortune or not again. So for that I have created this. So whenever I create a transition again, you see here transition to again is added. So this is just for dragon. We have to do the same for these two as well. You guys got it? Any doubt, please unmute and tell, or can type. Later on again is here, like we are already getting this option again, and then click on save. We'll do the same for the compass, and just click on save. Now our work with fortune is done. It will come to fortune from start, ask these things, that what you would like to choose. If they are chosen a dragon, then go to again, translator again. Okay, and before going to again, print that prompt what we have chosen, like say that prompt, speak it up. Now let's go to again, very simple. It's the transition is from the fortune scene. I guess now you are comfortable with this, that where the transition is from. It's like a chain network, no? That from here to here, here to here, here to here. That is what happened. Like when you think of Jarvis, this is what happens in Jarvis. So when it says okay Jarvis, open the door, so an action is involved, and then Jarvis opens the door, and then after opening the door, it gives us a prompt that I have opened the door and everything. Okay, your Jarvis suit me up or everything. So it is just, so you can think how much effort Tony Stark has put to build AI assistant like that. Too many statements, too many, like if you have to do this, then this, then this, then this. But that was AI, so that's a different thing. Let's not discuss here. Okay, so in again, So right now our again scene is empty. Like it is coming to again scene, then nothing is happened. So let's send a prompt as soon as the user comes to again no. Let's ask him that are you whether you are satisfied with your response or you are not satisfied. So I'll copy paste that. Let's paste it here. So you guys, it's a clear prompt that this is what I see for you. Would you like to choose a different option and explore another future? The suggestions are yes, I want to explore another, and no. So think of this like this no, that if the user says yes, I want to explore, then it will take you back to the fortune. And if the user says no, then again we'll say thank you for coming and all that. We'll end it. So let me just paste it in chat. I guess you are answering this for no, right, Jagdeep? That if the user says no. So let's click on save. So now, okay, we can't just now we have to, it's simple. We have to go to user handling and add a yes and a no. It's pretty simple. So can we add the previous one yes and no? Like, can we add these yes and no which we have created?
We can add no, but yes, we can't add.
Okay, yeah. No, we can add previous one. Huh, correct. Yes, we can add because the reply is different. Yes, we can't because the reply is different. Yeah, perfect. We can't add the yes because the reply is different, and we can add the no. So let's select the no. But here they have, we just want to say, like no transition to end conversation because now they don't want to know. So we'll end it here. Okay. Is this transition thing clear now? End conversation that no, we don't want to know our future again. So, okay, bye, goodbye, end conversation. And no, like before they are going, let's just add a prompt. Okay. So, guys, the prompt here in yes and no is not okay. I think this is where we are going wrong. The prompt here in yes and no, we haven't given any prompt to be clear. Here we gave that things. No, we added the training phrases like no, nah, that. Okay. So we can use actually both of these. Okay. The prompt we have given it in fortune. You guys got it? I think you guys got confused. Yes, we can't add because the reply is different. Bro, even we can add yes, because here we have just added the training phrases. We haven't added any prompt. Okay, yeah. So it's pretty confusing. It's fine if you got confused, and now you got it now. That's fine. So when the intent is matched, no, like where here intent matching means any of those. Nah, nope, anything like that. So give this prompt. So um let's give the same previous prompt. Right, I'll copy that, paste it here. So I've changed it a little bit. It pleases me that you are satisfied with your choice. Like I am assuming that the user is satisfied even if he is not. And best of luck on your quest. Farewell. Okay, this and then transition to end conversation. I'll click on save. So this is what happens when no is matched. Add one more. I'll select an intent yes. that when yes is matched. Okay, so for example, you chose a dragon. Told you that a dragon can do this. Then it says that do you want to ask again? Do you want to see your future again? And you click on yes. So I think at that moment, one more prompt is not necessary, because you can just take them back, like transition them back to for fortune scene fortune, which we created. So I think here you can just transition it back to fortune and then click on save. Or you can, it's like, I think too many prompts might create some like very boring or something. So we'll go take it back to fortune. So when no is matched, end the conversation. When yes is matched, take it to fortune. You can even add a prompt, right? Guys, matlab, it's totally on you, your choice. That if yes is matched, so write a prompt like that you it's okay. I think like I did a mistake the previous time. It's okay. You can select it again. Something like that. So I have added both the yes and no. So let's just test this out for one last time. So this is the last time. Let's hear it out, the entire part, the entire fortune. So first I'll be choosing a dragon. Then let's go to what we haven't chosen, the compass, right, or the translator. We choose any of those. I'm gonna to fortune. Okay, Jaideep, I'll tell you one thing. Like whenever I'm doing that in the action console, no, I can't see the chat. So it's fine if you.
Alright, let's get the test version of Sam's fortune.
A wondrous greeting, adventurer. Welcome to the mythical land of Griffinburg. Based on your clothes, you are not from around these lands. It looks like you're on your way to an epic journey. Before you continue on your quest, would you like your fortune told? What do you choose to help you on your quest, a dragon, a translator, or a compass?
Okay, getting the test version of Sam's fortune.
A wondrous greeting. What do you choose to help you on your quest, a dragon, a translator, or a compass? The people of Griffinburg will be awestruck by the beauty and power of the ancient dragon. Much to your dismay, the townspeople fall into dispute over who will receive the honor of riding the dragon first. You return home from your quest without everlasting glory or a dragon. That is what I see for you. Would you like to choose a different option and explore another future? What do you choose to help you on your quest, a dragon, a translator, or a compass? The compass will help you find the mystical and ancient library of Griffinburg. Among its infinite stacks of dusty books, you find one entitled Wisdom of the Ages. By the time you've read the 50,000-page tome, the townspeople have forgotten their problems. You will write a second edition of Wisdom of the Ages, but have limited commercial success. That is what I see for you. Would you like to choose a different option and explore another future? It pleases me that you are satisfied with your choice. Best of luck on your quest. Farewell.
So guys, this was it. I think I did some mistake with that, the translator. I think any spelling mistake or some sort of mistake, no, in copy pasting or maybe like that. So that is why it isn't working. But the logic is clear. Rest other options are working. So yeah, that is it. You can create. Okay. So this was just like to make you all start on building your assistant. So you have created this one feature. Now, guys, you can learn whatever you want to do. I can even do another session, maybe later my exams, another session like how to add sound, like whenever it chooses dragon, so a dragon sound comes, or a dragon GIF or video plays up or something like that. You can all do that. Okay, and what else is left? I think I've covered. This is pretty simple. Everyone got what I was trying to teach. Okay, so any doubts, anything you guys want to ask? Go ahead. Just unmute yourself and ask me. Okay, I guess you all are testing your apps right now, like those who did the walkthrough. So guys, any problem in the like following, while following, you can either ask me on WhatsApp or on Discord or anywhere. I'll share you the document as well, where step by step it's given that even further, like what if you are given three options: a dragon, a compass, and a translator, and some stupid guy came and he wrote Instagram there, or that I'll use my phone there, or something like that. So even there you can do like the changes and everything. So the changes, not the changes, like we'll print a prompt there that if he chooses something which is not related to this, so we'll give him a prompt that Macha, can't you see the three options, choose from them or something like that. So yeah, that is it. Anything else you guys want to ask me? It's fine, go ahead, unmute yourself and ask. Do you want me to play this once again or what? I want, like, we have finished the session. The session is finished. I want your responses, guys. Any doubt, you can ask right now or in Discord or anywhere you guys want.
No, I have no doubts. It was like sorted.
Okay, yeah. The rest people also answer nothing. Okay, that is great. For sure, Sakshi, we'll be uploading this on YouTube so that you can follow this and build this again. Also, I'll share you the documentation, proper video links if you want to, make the changes which you want to do. Adding music, sound, maybe I can do that session later. But if you want, like if you are in a hurry, so I'll send you the links where you can learn that from. Okay, I got from Jaideep, Aditya, Sakshi, and Gauri. Pranav is left. Ananga said thanks. Chitrarth left the meeting. Okay, so great, guys. So this was it for the session, guys. So anyone from the DSC team wants to add something to the participants?